Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
Is the you have it on?
Yeah, I have it. Well, yeah, I always just like.
Oh, it's just on.
I always
Okay.
have it. It's having one, which is so
Yeah.
good.
Hi, I'm Cade.
And I'm Kit, and we are real people.
In Real Reviews.
We're doing a quick review. Today we are at Landmark Cinemas in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And we have an activation behind us for the movie that we saw, which was Wicked. And we just left the theater, so you're getting it fresh take.
Fresh.
Yeah,
Here we are.
on the fly. How long was this movie, Cade?
3 hours?
Just about 3 hours. I think it was 240.
240,
Plus-
give or take.
Plus popcorn and
Bathroom break?
bathroom breaks.
Let's go.
And popcorn, all the things. So it was, it's not for the faint of heart if you're a short timeline person.
Or if you have ADHD.
Well, that, maybe, unless you like really love it, then you'd be super
Oh, yeah.
focused on it. I guess it
Okay.
depends. It's awesome. We thought coming in today that we would kind of just give a perspective on how we typically leave a movie, which is breaking down story, character, set. Did we like it? Would we, take a night to go see it again? Which I like that we're actually in a theater, because this would be a typical experience, not
sure.
an independent film festival, especially seeing something in cinema. So let's start with the storyline. How do you feel front to back? Was the story there?
Yes. Yeah, I think they did a great job of building the backstory of, the Wizard of Oz that we all know and have grown up with. So it was very cool backstory with some hints of like modern day mixed in with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you felt like there was subject matter that was relevant.
Yeah.
Right now. And there was definitely nods and odes to why things are the way that they are in the land of Oz. Why are the bricks yellow? Why are the wicked witch of the west and the good witch of the east at odds? Are they at odds? What does that look like? So it's cool to kind of see what that would look like. I've never seen the Broadway musical, which is what this is adapted from.
Same.
And so,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we like theater. Here we are.
Here we are. Never
Well,
seen
so
Put
it's,
that on the list.
I know, well, I'd be curious now to cross compare, seeing it. But the storyline, I agree, very interesting. It's a unique take, that's for sure. Like, I'll give it, it's unique. I wouldn't have expected some of the story to go back to these witches knew each other in school and they were at odds with each other. There's some jealousy there, and they came together, and then they created a wonderful relationship. And then we saw like where does Galinda's powers come from? Was she born with them, or was she trained? I think it clarified that.
Yeah.
And also, is there people who are just magical and they're born with it? And so that was really interesting too. And
I feel like in the storyline, maybe one of the writers is like a psychologist or someone who worked in that field, because it was very nods to like childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Like
feelings of belonging. Does belonging
wanting to
come
do
from
good.
Oh, that's true. And does belonging come from your family and your upbringing, or does it come from what you create? Which is, the esoteric kind of existential crisis so many people have, which I think is really good. Okay, that story. How did you feel about set, makeup, wardrobe, all of that kind of stuff?
Yes, they did not spare any expense.
That was not cheap.
That was not a cheap.
I'm pretty sure there was 100 scaffolders and maybe 200 people who did plaster.
Thankfully, in that one scene, they did use fake flowers, because that would have been a lot of real tulip being thrown around in that one thing.
That's true.
I don't know why.
That's where you're like, gosh, I hope they reuse those poppies. That was a lot. Okay. It is quite extravagant, which is,
it's pretty.
It is pretty, and it does add to the magic that there wasn't any detail spared. Every detail on a window frame, every gem and sparkle and like piece of lace. Yeah, it really was incredibly well thought out. And
everything's pretty detailed. Like like every little detail. Like usually in a movie, I'm like, oh, they forgot to do something.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
every
Fine to some for sure. Beautiful. Okay. So that story, Cedrosing Wardrobe. How do you feel about, is it worth the money to go? Should you go to theater to see it or should you just watch it?
Ooh, good question. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That part, I'm like,
That's real.
I mean, like,
If you
for
love
sure.
a musical,
Yeah,
if you have children of the right
children,
age,
yeah,
you know,
it held our attention.
it held our attention. It is magical. Not magical in like a Harry Potter way, but magical in like a very bright and
Yeah,
like kind of bringing
for
up
sure.
with them. So you think depends.
Yeah, cute little date night. You get someone for 3 hours, so you're welcome.
Well, I mean, where his mind is at. I would say that for me, I think you could have an equal experience at home. I think that it is quite long for little ones to sit through. You would have to be, I think, probably 9, 10 to get that far. Yeah, under, I don't think would. Even though it is entertaining, it's a lot of time. So to have it.
Well, and if it was at home, you could pause and actually.
That's true. And like have a meal and, all the things. I'm excited to watch it at home. I also think that you wanted to take the time to explain scary parts because they didn't hold back with set and music. And if something was going to be scary, they really made sure that it was, that we had those feelings. We had a few jump scares too. Yeah. And so if we had that, if they're little, certainly they would have that. And so, yeah, I would say for me, it'd be a natural watch if you have younger ones, if you have mid-level, or you're just somebody who likes something bright and you're maybe wanting to not watch, a genre film and you're wanting to see some magic. I think that would be pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'd say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Date night or stay at home. Obviously, you got to wait a bit longer to see it at home.
Yeah.
Because it's out right now. So, yeah.
Support your local theater. The popcorn. It's awesome to do that. We're so happy that they had us here with having a full activation in the background. They don't mind Cade and Kit being in house, which is great. And what would we give it out of 10? Quick review out of 10.
Ooh, quick review out of 10. Probably just a solid 8.
8?
Yeah.
Because
it's a solid 8. I mean, for 3 hours, full story, beautiful set.
Great acting. Great acting.
Yeah. It's an 8. I mean, it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, I agree. It's an 8 for me too. Well, I'm Kit.
I'm Cade.
And we're real people.
Real reviews.
Watch this channel.
Right?